Hopefully everybody can see me here in this video. I'm inside my blind, as you can see, and just thought I'd do a video today. One of my practicing sessions that I wanted to get out and do this last 2 days because of the weather being nice. It's February 25th, and we're in the middle of winter here, and I've been itching to get out and get you guys something on video. So got a couple new things here, and I just wanted to get them out and put them through their paces. But anyway, we're going to do a video today on how to get ready for your turkey season, and if you're bow hunting especially, this is going to be helpful. So we're going to run through a couple things here that I like to bring up to you, and maybe these little tips will help some of the new hunters getting into blind hunting and turkey hunting and bow hunting especially. Let's go over some things here. First thing I want to say is the blind that I'm using is a Double Bull 360. It's a really nice, efficient blind. They are pricey, I will tell you that, but I think the price for these Double Bulls is definitely worth the money. I do have some cheaper ones that I've used in the past. I tend to take care of this one a little better than those, just because it is expensive. These come in around $500. I don't know. Since I bought mine, they might have come down a little bit. Yeah, I've had this blind for like 3 or 4 years now, and it's still going strong. The reason I like this blind is because obviously of the 360 view, especially with turkeys, it's really important to see what is going on around you, your surroundings, and seeing how those turkeys are reacting to your setup, which way they're coming in. It gives you time to get prepared for what side they're going to be coming on. Obviously, you can hear them if they're gobbling. They don't always do that. They'll come in silent a lot of times. That's usually what gets you in trouble turkey hunting in a blind, is when they come in silent and you don't even know they're there. It's happened to me quite a few times, and but with this blind, it's easy to see. There's multiple times that I can say with this blind that it's kind of saved my butt when being able to see them coming in. Changing up my tripod that I'm using this year. This is the K&F. Can't remember what model it is, but it's got an extension arm on it. Last video that I did turkey hunting last year, I was really struggling with the camera, and a lot of that had to do with the tripod I was using. I was basically just using my backpack tripod, just a straight up and down tripod, and I think this K&F here will be a lot more helpful. Take this off and show you. So as you can see, it's got an arm there that'll extend out, and that'll allow me to pivot this and get it away from me and away from the tripod. And then you can set the legs up however you want, but with that extension, it really allows me to get that camera away from the legs, and so I can maneuver and pan a lot easier with this tripod. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't even think about that before now. That's going to be a big change for me this year. Like I was saying, that last video that I did last year on my turkey hunt was really shaky, really blurry at times, because I was trying to shoot through one of these side windows, and it just wasn't working out for me. We're going to set this blind up a little different, shoot out of it a little differently this year. I'm going to use the Double Bull feature that it's well known for, and that's the big window, the big zipper window, the big sliding window. I was really worried about, especially with this blind, being too much sunlight coming in, too much visual for those turkeys to see me, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't have my good mics on, so hopefully you can hear everything I'm saying. Now with that snow on the ground, you can see behind that blind. But like I said in my Double Bull 360 video, if you have woods behind you or stuff like that, it's not going to be as prominent as snow. If you have snow on the ground, obviously you can see right through there. You can kind of see that snow on the ground on the backside there. If I wear black in there, I think we're going to be fine. There's my new target. This is the strutter from Delta McKenzie, and I painted him. Got his tail fan looking like a tail fan, so that's pretty cool. Now inside the blind, there's a couple things that I want to kind of touch on here, especially turkey hunting. When I started out turkey hunting out of a blind, I had a real problem with wanting to set my decoy as close to the blind as I possibly could. You'll hear a lot of guys that don't do a lot of hunting say, oh, you want that decoy within 5-10 yards of your blind. Well, there's a lot of times where you're shooting yourself in the foot. I typically will set my decoy out there about 15, sometimes 20. And depending on how open I am or how much cover I have, I may set it out there, 20, 25, 30 yards just to get those turkeys away from me, because I know that I can't get that shot if I need to. So when you're shooting a bow, obviously your sight's up here, but your arrow is coming out down here. So you've got 6, in some cases you may have 6 inches or so of difference between where your arrow's coming out and where you're actually visually seeing. So say I'm shooting through, a slot here. My sight's up here, my arrow's down here at 5 or 10 yards. I'm putting that sight on them, but my arrow is going right into the side of the blind, and you'll clip or go right straight through that bottom of the blind. So, and it'll surprise you when it happens. You'll hear a big whack, and your arrow will do funny things, and you'll be like, what the heck just happened? One's set up around, I believe, around 13, 14 right now. I could move him out a little bit, but where my blind's set up, I can't really get too far out with this setup, because that top door won't come up. I want to keep that eye shape in that blind to kind of take as much of the side view out of this as I can. Your backdrop, in these 360s, it's very important to have some kind of backdrop, and these come with this blind, so you don't have to worry about making your own sheet. They do have a nice backdrop here. You don't have to necessarily get the 360. You can get the 180, or they've got another smaller one that's just the front that's visual. So there are some options there. So one of the other things that you might consider is your chair that you're going to be using in the blind. I have this nice heavy-duty Cabela's chair that I've been using. I also have just a three-legged real light chair that I will use in here if I'm going in deep. Yeah, your chair is going to be important, especially with your height that you're sitting, whether you like sitting low, high, comfortable. This chair is really comfortable, and it's heavy duty. I like that. I've had chairs break on me in the middle of a hunt. I like to sit on either side of the leg here. Okay, I just straddle this bar here, and I'm sitting this way to the target, basically to the side, just like if I was standing. Okay, I want my feet and all that to be kind of facing the same direction, so I'll be offset a little bit to the target and shooting right down the lane. I'm not sitting directly at the target, okay, and twisting my torso around. You want to be over here. You don't have to necessarily straddle, but you can sit vertical, or just, with the target. Your knees basically are going to aim towards the target. You don't want your knees straight at the target. You want your knees to face down towards the target, away down the line towards the target. All right, another key in blind hunting for the beginners. Wait for this saw. One of the other things I want to mention, especially for new hunters, measure twice, cut once. Oh, hopefully he's done there. One of the other things I want to mention to you guys, especially you new blind hunters, make sure if you've got multiple say you got two people in this blind, or it's just you, but you got a lot of gear with you. You got cameras, tripods, all kinds of stuff. A very important safety point here is make sure that you know where that bow is and where everything is around you at all times. The last thing you want to do is get something hooked up or inside that string's path. It's really important to make sure that you're clear of everything around you with that bow when you draw back. You're very limited in here, and a lot of times you'll get excited and you won't necessarily have all these things around you in your thought process. And it's very important when you're trying to get position on things not to put yourself in a bad situation where you have something sticking through that string's travel point. But just keep that in mind, that you want to be really aware of your surroundings. If your blind allows to set up from corner to corner, that's going to give you your longest point of travel and be able to maneuver easily in here. If you have two guys in here, it can work, but you're only going to be able to shoot probably from one side. Otherwise, you're going to have to switch sides if you've got a cameraman or another hunter with you, and have the understanding that if this guy's over here, this guy's over here, anything coming in through this window, he's got. Anything coming through this window, he's got. So, those are the kind of things I'm talking about when it comes to blind hunting that you really have to be aware of. When you're setting up your blind, set it up to where you're going to have the sun at your back. You don't want to set up, sometimes it's inevitable, but you want to make sure that you're setting that blind up to where the sun is not going to be directly coming into your field of vision, and the turkeys will be, everything will be able to see inside that blind. If you're out early in the morning and you're waiting for the sun to come up, you want that sun coming up behind your blind. You don't want it coming up, you don't want to be facing towards the sunrise or the sunset. You want to be facing away from whatever direction that sun's coming from. So a lot of times, if I'm doing a full day's hunt, I will move that blind according to which way the sun is facing. Another thing that I want to mention here is the base of your blind. Now, not all blinds have tie downs on the bottom of their blinds. This particular blind does have some spots here that we can put stakes in to keep those sides down, but a lot of times you will be on uneven ground, and I've found over the years that space underneath this blind is not good. It seems to me like they can see movement under there, or if the sun's hitting just right, it'll create a sunbeam under the edge of that blind, and they see that. It stands out, it pops to them, and it'll freak them out. If you can't get that base down tight, then you want to go out and kind of throw, I put a lot of like sticks or tall grass or whatever I can get around that blind to kind of cover the base of that blind if I cannot get those staked down tight to the ground. It's not perfect. Boy, this bow sounds loud in here. Pretty loud in here. Getting a little bit low with those, but not bad. We'll try to put one above those. See if we can hit a little bit higher. There we go. Hopefully you got some good information out of this video, and stay safe out there. in your hunts and everything you do, and we will see you on the next video.